Turning that party up. Used to have a my Nautica. You know the money be calling up. Friend, I'm tryna fall in ya. Talking about he ballin', watch this. Started let me too quick. Went to Oakland with a few. Took him out your break. Yeah. Imagine what I paid for the rollie. Still from the police. 24 carats on my Kobe. Yeah. That for the homies.
I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my cash. The money is calling. Got bands. I'm addicted to balling. I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my ends.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up, Big Ben Roethlisberger, and the Pittsburgh Steelers face off with Blake Bortles and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in off the very rare tie a game ago.
And it'll be interesting to see what their mindset is going into this game. Sometimes that can be a deflator, and sometimes that can just really make you mad and more determined the next time out.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. Third down. That's Connor. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a 1-yard. And the Jaguars send out their punter as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what...
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down right around the 25. Calais Campbell on the stop. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get it. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he just chucked that one out. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And Pittsburgh getting... They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. They've got a 2nd down at 5 here to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. This offense already 4 for 4 on 4th down conversions. They're going to try it again here on this 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40.
Let's go!
Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison. These two teams had not one but 2 memorable encounters a year ago. Their first one was Week 5. That's when Ben Roethlisberger threw a handful of interceptions. Jacksonville won big, and then, of course, the Jags, Charles, they doubled down. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 25. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, where you see the final score there. Randall Cobb, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. From there, we head east to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M19 Bank Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Andy Dalton, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. And finally, on Cyber Monday, put away the credit card and join Monday Night Football as the Titans pay a visit to their former home in Houston. In the game you've been watching, it was Ben Roethlisberger who led the way offensively in the first half. His guys lead it by 10 as we send it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen,
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. DeJuan Smoot with the tackle.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love to slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it.
In the broccoli, dancing in my chucks, feeling out of body. Say the man got me. Can you hear me now? 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 All in my system, been the one I'm kissing. Why might extensions out of look like expeditions on? Man, it's too loud in me in your city, cause when I start spitting too much drive, using power steering, cruising to a better vision, yup. Can you hear me now? 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 Mama, dirty the roads that I've traveled, but I'm on my way. Mama, trust all the steps on my journey, 'cause I'll be okay. I know it's gotta hurt when you know you could've had a president. Guess that I would rather be the man. Maybe one day I'll go back to school. Think I'm probably kidding, but I still mean it. They've been trying to screw me, but I've been a...
Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, Big Ben Roethlisberger, and the Pittsburgh Steelers as his guys get set to take on Case Keenum and the Denver Broncos. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. A beautiful fake. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by Big Ben, their veteran quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And they split the uprights last time. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Adam Gotsis, the big Aussie, in on the tackle. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. And it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And now, boy, the ball. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Switzer now to return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Switzer now to return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the...
And a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. That's to his running back, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a gain of 9, and just like that, it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line. Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Now Roethlisberger throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for Denver. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll get this one to Switzer. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Here's Marquette King now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. Here's Marquette King now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see...
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Marquette King now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen. Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace. I am speechless. I am without speech. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 36 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Pittsburgh, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.
Pulling up in that new toy, the wrist on that boy, rock star like Pink Floyd, waving at rude boy, I'm waving at you boy, ran off on the two like True Goy, imagine me do boy, you could never do what I do boy, still ducking that I did boy, in Paris for a hit boy, these ain't the same type of hits boy, can get boy, you don't take these type of risks, boy, cause this boy been throwing that like rich boy, you miss, boy. Your numbers don't add up on the, that was 10 years ago. If you know, you know. Yeah. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. This thing of ours, oh, this thing of ours. Her fraternity of ringing off. I just happen to be alumni. Too legit, they still looking at me with one eye. The company I keep is not corporate enough. Child, you ain't orphan enough. A rapper turn can't morph into us, but a turn rapper can morph into Puff. Dance contest for the I predict Al Roker. If you know, you know. I only ever looked up to you all get a bird. This Oprah. Players in ball shorts, coaching from the side of the ball court. If you know, you know. One stop like a Walmart. We got the for the wrong sport. If you know, you know. If you know about the port, though it's supposed to be awkward. If you know, you know. That's the reason we for circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know. You ever been hit with the water, then had to wait? Do you walk away? If you know, you know. When we all clicking like Golden State, and you and your team are the motorcade. If you know, you know. Been granting wishes like a genie to bad in two-piece bikinis. I've been hiding where you can see me. The skybox is right next to Riri's. Solely responsible for showing rappers how to stand on the front lines when started throwing bands. Where were you when Big brought the Tigers in? Cause I was busy earning stripes like a tiger skin. Players in ball shorts, coaching from the side of the ball court. If you know, you know. One stop like a Walmart. We got the for the wrong sport. If you know, you know. If you know about the port, though it's supposed to be awkward. If you know, you know. That's the reason we for circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Right. Couldn't hit if had I ain't. Lanes can't call and you lame. You had it and you lost all the shine. I can buy a Billy, don't talk to me. For a show 150, don't talk to me. You ain't never help your mans, don't talk to me. You just follow all the trends, don't talk to me. I set the bar, I'm the bar. Like in the sky, I'm a star. I don't fall in love cause I be loving. They ain't like my shirt, it's a large. I don't care, I crush a ghost. Got 2 cribs in 2 states, I be doing the most. I got white folks money that I won't blow. And if you ask why, cause the white folks don't. Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank. The type of money you gon' need to sight. The type of money you gon' need to buy. From the hood, this type of money make you stay away. Type of money gon' let you. Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank.
Everything proper, no propaganda. Tropicana gold yard bandana. Big, a lot of like Santa. Threw a birthday party in a phantom. Big like a dinosaur did it. And you know, shining like acrylic. Yeah, I had cornrows. I can see you hang with the door closed. Now I'm looking for a glove with a sparkle on it. And my got chocolate on it. Big bank, take small. Bank account on some tall. Attitude on some. Bankroll on what it do, boo. He had the roulette vibe. And if I ain't did it yet, I'll try.
Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank. The type of money you gon' need to sight. The type of money you gon' need to buy. From the hood, this type of money make you stay away. Type of money gon' let you. Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank.
She said, what you gon' do if I leave? I said, I'ma do me. B.I.G. Everything zoomed in. Big on me looking like I'm moving in. Got my foot in the door and we still here. I'm a first generation millionaire. I broke the curse of my family not having. I'm passionate like just after more than just cashing. Feed me to the wolves, now I lead the packing. You boys all cap, I'm more Colin Kaepernick. I'm rare as affordable healthcare. Or going to wealth from welfare. I turn my W's to those. I might buy a red bottoms with the crypto. 3 coins, that'll pay your whole semester. But you gotta better than a Tesla.
Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, little bank. Bank. Type of money you gon' need a sight. The type of money you gon' need a bank. From the hood, this type of money make you stay away. Type of money gon' let you. Big bank, tight, little bank. Bank.
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, old veteran Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers do battle with Big Ben Roethlisberger, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Switzer now to return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a man who's becoming an elder statesman among quarterbacks in the league, drafted back in 2004. It's Ben Roethlisberger.
Anytime anyone throws for over 300 yards in a game, you know their name is going to be considered for Offensive Player of the Week. And in the AFC last week, our guy got it.
Yeah, he was the guy on top of his game. He'll try to duplicate that here in this one. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a yard, and it brings up... They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Credit the tackle to Brandon Mebane. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now it's Roethlisberger. Thrown outside, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Now Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game and
so a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Switzer now to return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger finding his safety valve here. That's complete. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Mike Tomlin takes a shot. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going back. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Donnie Jones now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like?
And it's a fumble. And this is recovered by the Chargers. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember saying...
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. He'll be brought down at the 43. Joey Bosa in on the stop. They'll run it now out of the gun. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 1 yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Call it a gain of 1 yard as they get... Here's Donnie Jones now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And Pittsburgh get... Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Switzer now to return. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Roethlisberger will throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now Roethlisberger on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it a second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Roethlisberger firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Now it's Roethlisberger. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 30 yards there. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Heck of a move, and then brought down near the 23. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this one down to the 10. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And he stopped immediately there.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you...
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like,
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys
I'm a little skeptical
about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for our visitors, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders.
Hey, I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now it in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. Shorty wanna me cousin wearing gold. I came up and made it happen, now it's by the stove. Big inside this cases once do me dirty, I'ma find you lay out on the floor. 19 with a I got rich by myself, rather do this alone. I wasn't asking for no help, they keep asking how I'm winning with the card that I was dealt. Boy, I work hard for the seat and I ain't buckling my belt. Call my brother on the phone, he said broski you a star. I said brother hold it down, soon we'll all be living large. And it's crazy how last year was on my garage. Now I'm in a good position for this life, can't sabotage. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now it in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. I got tattoos on my face, I use that as motivation. I can never get a job, so for my dream I'm dedicated. For a second, lost myself, I was too busy getting busy. Now they see me out in public and be knowing what my name is. All these rappers want the clout and the life of being famous. I just wanna be stable, tell my family we made it. I was coming for my spot, a young had to be patient. Now I'm running up, these bands can hit the island for vacation. I've been know my haters, you could say I'm constipated. 5 racks on his fit, just to stunt while I'm in Vegas. On my body, shout out to my Caleb Young. Got the cake up, now these wanna date us. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now it in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo.
The Beast is back. It's a coach. You're set for Madden football on EA EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see beast mode. Marshawn Lynch still churning out big games like he did a week ago, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers as they get set to square off against the Oakland Raiders. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight. Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Coney Ely in on the tackle. Third play here this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. And James has it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the... They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They'll give it to him up the middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense defense was at 5 straight runs.
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Marcus Gilchrist there to bring him down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And he's got it. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. On third and goal, Roethlisberger. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down.
And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a 1st down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll run it now out of the gun.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the 1st. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. He'll get this one to Switzer. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
James has got it, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 more yards on that one. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing.
Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this? They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now. They'll run it now out of the gun. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Well, they have that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. 4th down, here's Roethlisberger. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack. Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reggie Nelson. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball.
Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. Switzer now to return. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, fourth quarter. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. Officially with a return of 108 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches,
they'll run it now out of the gun. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. Here's Roethlisberger. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
but they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about what the playoff...
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Oh, it's loose, and the Raiders have it. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And it's the Steelers that come up with it. And that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Steelers, the win is their 5th of the year as they move to 5-8. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Oakland, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. Chillin' like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for the visa. Pulling up the leader. Getting out while I'm on the. She's a keeper. Them play burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos.